Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing another installment in the Luxury Will I Buy It series. But here on my channel, we like to add a little French twist. For collections we want, we say oui. And for collections we don't want, we say non merci. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you may know, I'm a makeup artist and also esthetician, and I now offer an online beauty consulting service, which is where you get to talk to me one-on-one and pick my brain. And you can ask me any beauty-related questions. If you want to talk about the products you already own and want some advice about application or color combinations, or if you want some advice about shopping some new products, but you don't want that added sales pressure, the benefit of my service is I work for myself. So I'm going to give you my unbiased opinion and knowledge. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, let's dive into a new Will I Buy It installment. I love these because I get to share with you new collections that are coming out on the horizon and sometimes brand new releases, and I'm just going to give you my thoughts on them. I'm going to use a couple different Instagram blogs. I will list them down below, and I encourage you to check them out if you want some new sneak peeks and some hot tea on what's coming out for new makeup. So the first profile here is Tavia at Chic Profile Official, and the first collection we have to talk about is Chanel. I have a couple photos here to share with you. So this is the Chanel holiday collection for 2021. As many of you know, this is the 100-year anniversary of the release of Chanel No. 5. So we're going to see a lot of No. 5 related themes for the holiday season. And this sneak peek here is going to be the holiday quad. Now, this first photo we see here, this looks like a very classic smoky eye. Around the holidays, we do see a lot of smoky eyes around these same hues, like very classic, timeless colors. And in this photo, we see a gold, we see a lighter white highlight, one that's more of a champagne, and then also what looks like a black. Now, it doesn't say exactly what the finish is for all of these colors here, but they all look like they have a shimmer finish, especially the lighter colors. They seem, I'm hoping they'll have lots of sparkle to them, because that to me does seem like a very holiday, New Year, festive type of look. And you know, when it comes to Chanel, they've done a lot of red and pink eyeshadow that personally I'm very sick of. So I'm glad we're not seeing any red eyeshadow for the holidays. This to me looks very safe, like this wheelhouse, this color story is very safe, but also it's very classic for that season. You know, if we saw just blue, I would be very happy, but it would be very classic for a lot of different people. If we look at the back of the compact here, we can see that a couple of the shades are called medium. So two of the lighter colors and one is called light. So I'm guessing that lighter color might be a topper shade. That's just what I'm guessing here. And then we have the intense color. So it does look very pretty. It looks like the very standard weight and size of a Chanel eyeshadow quad here called No. 5. Now, this next photo here is the controversy. In this photo, I don't know if it's the flash, but the intense color to me looks like a navy. This looks blue more than black. And in this photo here, the two lighter colors look basically the same. It could be the photo, it could be the lighting, it could be the flash, because in the first photo, all four colors looked very different. And I think this is something very important to remember when we're seeing these sneak peeks. Sometimes the lighting, if it's indoors, outdoors, professional lighting, a flash on a camera, that can really affect the quality of the photo and just the hue and saturation of the colors. So we just have to keep this in mind, because in this last photo here, this looks like a navy more than black. And the light colors almost, like there's one that's a gold, but the other two look indistinguishable. So I'm hoping that the color story is true to the first color we saw, more so than the last one. I like a navy smoky eye, but I don't want to pick up a quad with like two identical shades. And something else I want to talk about is that I know that this is number 5 themed, and we see the 5 logos and we see the little perfume bottles, but I was hoping for a little bit more. This is Chanel after all, and this is a 100-year anniversary. And I don't mind the number 5, like the actual number 5 logo, but I wish that the bottle had more detail. Like it just looks like a bottle stamp. I want the bottle to have like little 5 and CC logos on the inside. I just think that would be nicer. We are talking about Chanel here. This is not Claire's quality makeup. I want them to be extra. I want more. I think this looks fine, but I kind of wish that the logo was even better, because when I'm looking at the bottles, it kind of just looks like a rectangle. I know what they're going for. I know what the classic shape of the bottle is, but when I see that logo, it doesn't make me think, oh no, I don't want to touch it because it's so pretty. And that's often what I want. I want the logo to be so intricate and so detailed that I hesitate to use it. And this one here is kind of like meh. I feel like the Lion collection we had from like 3 years ago for the holiday collection, that had more detail than this here. Just saying. So that's the tea on that. Let's move on to some more Chanel. Now apparently we are going to see some new complexion items here. So we are talking about a new cushion compact. So I heard that this was only coming out to Asia. Now I'm hearing it's coming to North America. I don't know what to tell you. But this is going to be a waterproof cushion compact. I think it's more in the transfer proof, like mask resistant type of quality. I think it's supposed to also have more of a velvety finish as a foundation. So who knows what's going to happen here. The compact looks different. There is a Chanel Les Beige cushion compact that came out several years ago. And the original cushion has the Les Beige logo, like the light beige color. And this here is black. So there's that, that's different. And we are also going to see some reformulations as far as the concealers go. And I'm going to guess as well that the correctors are going to be reformulated too, because in the photo here we see some green and some peachy colors. So if you are scared of reformulations, I might suggest that you go and stock up on some items here, because it appears as though we're going to see some reformulations. But in general, we've seen a lot of reformulations from Chanel. We've seen it with the cream bronzer, with the blushes, the Stylo waterproof liners. They are going to be reformulated very shortly. This is what Chanel does. They come out with products we love, and then they just change them after 5 years because they feel like it. It is what it is, but it does appear that the shade range for the concealers might be improved, which is great because the shade range for the concealers right now is not really inclusive, or they just don't have that many options. So hopefully this will be for the better. And in the photo here, we also see the Ultra Le Teint. So we might see a new liquid foundation from Chanel, or simply a new formulation. But just be aware that there will be a lot of reformulations when it comes to Chanel in the near future. And I don't have any dates yet. I'm just hearing summer of this year, either summer or early fall, depending on where you live. I'm sure Canada will be the last country to get it, as per usual. Now we have some new items here from Givenchy, and I think this is going to be their fall collection, which I find confusing because this is called the Love collection, and you can see all the pink and really pretty colors here. To me, this looks like a Valentine's Day collection. Like, it looks like cherries and just very pretty, but it doesn't make me think of fall per se. And we're just going to see some limited edition packaging on some products that I believe already exist. Now, one product I would love to get my hands on is the new Givenchy Prisme Libre blush. These are not available in North America at the moment. I heard that they might not even come here. I don't know yet. But they're going to have a new packaging for one of the colors for fall, some lip products, a lipstick, a lip gloss, and I think some sort of compact here. I think it's a powder or some sort of cream. Honestly, I can't really tell what this is. It might be a powder, but I could be wrong. If you know exactly what this compact is, let us know in the comments. I think this looks pretty. If the blush becomes available, I certainly will get it. And maybe a gloss or something. I don't think I need another red lipstick at the moment. but we shall see. And I don't have any photos right now, but I've also heard that there's going to be some new fragrances from Givenchy on the horizon in the near future as well, which does interest me greatly because I have a few Givenchy perfumes and I love all of them. Okay, moving on to a new summer collection from Laura Mercier. So this, to me, off the bat, looking at this photo, looks very classic Laura Mercier. The eyeshadow sticks, the glosses, the highlighter. To me, this is Laura Mercier in a photo. I have some of their eyeshadow sticks, and I find that depending on the color, they're really hit or miss for me. Some shades that I have I like, and some shades I cannot make them work for me. They crease way too much. So I would have to maybe see these in person, which is kind of difficult at the moment. I think this is, oh my goodness, I just totally forgot to say oui or non merci for all of these releases. Okay, let's go back in time. So the first collection, Chanel No. 5 Holiday. Oui, obviously that's a oui for me. Then we have the new Chanel reformulation for all the complexion items. I think this might be a oui, but it'll depend. I don't think I need any new foundation at the moment, but a new concealer I would try. So this is like a oui mixed in. And then the Givenchy like fall collection. We'll see. It depends what's available to me here in Canada. So it's a peut-être, maybe. Back to Laura Mercier. I do see two eyeshadow sticks that are on the bronzy coppery side, which is very easy to wear, one and done, very pretty, and especially for summer. But as long as they stay in place and don't just crease all over the place. I don't know, maybe some of the glosses look nice, and I can't tell if this is a bronzer or a highlighter. It looks like somewhere in the middle, but it does look very pretty, and this just looks like Laura Mercier to me. So I think that this Laura Mercier summer release for me will be a non merci. It looks aesthetically pleasing. It looks very classic Laura Mercier, but it just doesn't really excite me. I don't see anything here that looks new, that looks really fun and fresh. It kind of just looks like a lot of repetition here. So it's not for me, but let me know what you think. This is a non merci. Moving on, we have a new release here from Candeur, and this will come out in Japan first in June, and then hopefully will come to the rest of us. This is a summer release, and I have to say, I really love the packaging. I love the pink and the yellow. To me, that is just such a fun summer vibe. We have a lot of complexion items here, and I have a foundation from Candeur that I like, and I'm being suckered by the packaging, and I'm not gonna lie, it's working. We have a compact foundation here with a sponge on top. I'm not sure if this is a powder or if it's a powder foundation. So we'll see, because I don't really need that many new foundations, but I can always like squeeze in a powder or a blush or something somehow. I think that the packaging is really pretty. It would depend on the finish of the product here. I don't really want anything too mattifying. And then we have a blush here that looks very pretty. I don't know if it's a cream or a powder. It looks very beautiful. It looks like a very soft peachy blush, which I love to wear, especially in the summer months. And then we have this contour palette here. It looks like a bronzer with a highlighter. This I love. I love that it comes with the little angled brush too, to just like sculpt in the cheekbones. I think that this looks very pretty. Do I actually need it? Probably not. Will I actually buy it? Time will tell. I think once I see some swatches, maybe some real life photos, we'll see. This is also another peut-être. And the reality is I don't really need any of these items here, but they look very pretty. Okay, moving on to a brand that I still have not tried, but everyone else is obsessed with, Suku. So we have photos here of their fall release, and there's a lot going on here. We have eyeshadows, cheek colors, lipsticks, nail polish too, I think. So here we have 2 quads and 2 singles. I love that they have singles because it's always fun to have a one and done, but the singles do look very sparkly. Not that I, hesitate to gravitate towards more extra eyeshadow. I think these look nice. I think the greener eyeshadow looks more fall appropriate for me. I don't know if I want like a lilac purple for fall. I think these look pretty. Everyone that I know who's tried Suku really likes them. Something, I don't know, I just haven't taken the plunge yet, but everyone I know likes them. And then we have these two cheek colors here, and these look really nice. They look subtle. They don't look like bright fuchsia or orange. They kind of look very neutral blushes, and it looks like a blush and bronzer combination, like very natural. These do look very pretty. I like the gradient aspect as well. I like that. It looks very aesthetically pleasing. And then here, I have to think that these are nail polishes because they don't look like the right hues for like a lip oil. So they must just be nail polish. Yeah, I'm going with that. I don't think these colors are for me. I don't know. I love a nail polish, but these colors are not like winning my heart. They're not singing to me. So this might be another release from Suku that I still don't take the plunge for. Sorry. Okay, moving on to some Bobbi Brown. We have a new collection that'll be coming out sometime in July-ish. So we have two types of brow products. We have a regular defining brow product, and then one that's like a micro define brow. That looks interesting because I love the super fine brow product that can give you hair-like strokes. So this could be interesting to try out. And then of course we have some new shadow cream sticks here. Now we have 5 new cream shadow sticks here, and they're all in like the neutral family, and they all look really pretty. I've had slightly better luck with the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks not creasing on me, but I honestly find that it just depends on the color. I don't know what it is. So I might try these. I love the idea of a shadow stick, and I love the aesthetic of Bobbi Brown and also Laura Mercier in like the very like neutral, your skin but better, your face but better eyeshadow looks. It's just that I can't really buy one of these eyeshadow sticks expecting it to look like it looks in the photos, because usually on me it creases the whole time, even with a primer, even if I set it, etc. So we'll see, but if you like these, if you like the formulations, you have some new colors to choose from. This is probably a non merci for me. Okay, moving on to some Nars. We have their collection here for summer called Orgasm on the Beach. Of course, it's called that. So this is available in June. So if it's not available to you right now, it'll probably be available at some point. So we have a palette here that looks like a combination of a bunch of blushes mixed with highlighter and a little bit of a bronzer maybe too, just depending on your skin tone. Now, I've recently come around to these face palettes, but I think a blush palette is where I draw the line because I have so many blushes, and if I were to buy a blush palette, I just feel like I couldn't justify buying another blush for a very long time. It's just a lot of product to actually go through. Now, unless you use it as a multi-use product and you use it as eyeshadow and you use it on your face as well, I don't know, but I do like the names that they're using, like Turtle Bay, Naples, Mandalay, all of these fun beach vacation destinations. But honestly, I like Nars products. I just feel like the naming, like Orgasm on the Beach, like, it's a little cheesy. It's funny because I think when this first came out, it was like very risque and very cheeky, and now it's kind of cheesy. I feel like it's funny how things change like that. You can also get an orgasm blush with like different packaging separately. I don't know. This is like a lot of the same for me. I feel like Nars does some sort of cheek palette every year, and maybe for some people they really love it. I know some people really love Nars. Like I have their eyeshadow primer. I think it's fantastic. I think it's one of the best on the market, but I'm just not really into the whole Orgasm on the Beach palette. So this is a non merci for me. Okay, moving on to another Instagram account. We have Trend Mood 1, and we have something from Anastasia Beverly Hills, Norvina, and we have another giant palette. I think there was a moment in time that Anastasia Beverly Hills was coming out with a giant 12 shadow palette like every 3 weeks. Remember that moment in time? They kind of slowed down. Now they're coming out with something giant again. This is a purple palette. I love purples and lilacs and those vibrant shades, but I am very turned off by a giant palette with like 30 shades to choose from. It's just too much for me. It's too many options. It's too confusing. And in reality, I will use 6 colors out of that entire palette, so I'm not actually saving any money. I do think it looks pretty. I love purple. I love that there's different shades. Like you see some darker colors, more vibrant. I like the mixture of the satin as well. I have one of their palettes. I think the Riviera palette. This is the Riviera palette here, and you can see that I do use it, but I use it a handful of times a year, and for me this is like my rainbow palette as far as I need it. I love the mixture of the mattes and the satin finish, but now that I have this, I don't really feel the need to buy another one. I feel like this satisfies what I need. So while this beautiful purple palette is very aesthetically pleasing, I know myself, and I think this is going to have to be a non merci for me. Now moving on to Patrick Ta, he has a new collection of products coming out specifically for the eyes. So we have another larger-ish eyeshadow palette here. These are all neutrals. This does look like a workhorse palette that you could create a lot of different looks with. The thing is though, if you look on the side, it looks like there's some sort of cream products. These could be primers, these could be some sort of base. I personally hate mixing cream with powder in any palette because the powder always gets into the cream, and I have my own eyeshadow primer, so this isn't like a benefit for me. But like I mentioned, this looks like a very beautiful neutral palette. I like the combination of the mattes and the shimmers, and you do get a nice, well, I guess it is very warm. It is a very warm palette. You don't really get any cools in here, but if you like warm, this is for you. Now, moving on to the eyeliners. Now, these are more interesting to me because it's easier to go through an eyeliner than it is to go through an eyeshadow palette. And these are going to be gel. I'm not sure if they're going to be waterproof or not, but just they look like they're gel, so hopefully very creamy. And for me, I would probably want to try the last one at the bottom here, the one that's like a brown with like a little bit of a gold shift. I like these types of liners. I think they're very pretty. I think it's called Deep Bronze, that one there. That one I think would be the one that I would gravitate towards the most. But will I actually go ahead and buy it? I think this is a non merci for me as well, unless I somehow manage to see this in person and it swatches very beautifully and glides easily. I mean, I could try it out just to see if it's going to actually stay in place, because sometimes they say waterproof, but it's really just like not very waterproof at all. But yeah, I think this is a non merci for me, but I think it looks very nice. Okay, so next up we have something new from Armani Beauty, and these are called multi-use color balm. So we have 9 different shades here, and at first I thought that these were just blushes, but they're describing them as a multi-use color balm. So you could use these as eyeshadow or a lip product, but technically all products are like that. I think this has a wet or glossy finish. Like, I think it looks like a cream bronzer to me. So you could use this as eyeshadow, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm really curious how actually wet this is, because in the promo photo here, the model, her lids and her lips look very glossy. I don't really like a glossy eyelid. I think it looks beautiful in a photo, but in real life it creases so much. So I would hopefully try to use this as like a base and then put a powder over top to help it set. But I think that these look nice. I think the bottom row interests me more, like the more peachy coral colors, but I don't know how intense these are. I'm just very fascinated with this color balm here. So this is supposed to be coming out at some point this summer. So let me know what you think. What do you think of this multi-use color balm? Would you actually get use out of a multi-use product or not so much? So I think this is going to be a we for me. Hopefully I can get someone to send me some swatches and then I can make a decision. Okay, so the last 2 categories here are both on the market right now. The first one is Valentino Beauty. So yes, the Valentino, the designer, the brand has come out with a beauty line, just like every other designer these days. This is currently available at Selfridges, and it's an entire line. I thought they would come out with like one product. I thought they would do like the Gucci beauty model. You know, when Gucci came out, they came out with like just lipsticks, and then a year later a powder, and then a year later a bronzer, like gradual. No, Valentino said we're doing everything, and they have foundations, they have lipsticks, they have these like eyeshadow slash blush products you can use, liner, mascara, like the whole thing really. I think that this looks nice. The red is very catching with the Valentino logo, but I don't know. Do I really need to get into a new brand at the moment? I'm not sure. And I've seen some interesting reviews, to say the least. I would definitely recommend checking out Tavia at Chic Profile Official because she did do a review of the products. And the biggest takeaway that I've seen from different people, not just Tavia, is that the packaging is a little bit cheap, like very light, like very lightweight, and the pricing is not. So for example, the foundation is $64 US, the lipsticks are $55, and then the refills are $30. There's an eye to cheek product, so like multi-use, that's $58. So like this is luxury pricing. And apparently from different people, the packaging is not very luxury. So I did not buy this when this first launched, and I don't think that I will. I'm gonna wait for other people to tell me what they think, but I think this is gonna be a no merci for me. I apologize if you can hear all of my neighbors weed whacking and mowing their lawns. It's summer. Okay, so last item here is Westman Atelier, and this is their new Lip Suede Nude Lip Palette. So I bought the red palette that came out a few years ago. It's so beautiful. It's just, let me get it. So this is the red compact here. The colors are very beautiful. I don't wear it as much as I should. I wore it more often when I first got it. I think one thing that I notice is I don't want to mess up the lines, so I go very carefully into one, although sometimes I do get this urge to just like go straight across just to see what would happen. It looks very beautiful. The colors are very nice, and it's also a really nice, heavy compact. It's not lightweight. It feels very substantial and very luxury as well. Now, do I need the nude accompanying compact? I don't, but I think it looks beautiful. I think it's so aesthetically pleasing. I'm hoping that the color payoff is nice because it is nude, and I certainly wouldn't want to pay a lot of money just for nothing, but it looks very beautiful. Do I actually need it? I don't know. I'll see if I can get some swatches on like real life human skin, and then maybe I can decide from there. But this is available on certain retailers. I think it's available in the US first. I haven't seen it here in Canada yet, but hopefully soon. So this is a peut-être for me, a maybe. So I think this is today's video. Sound off below. Let me know, what are you saying oui? What are you saying non merci? Let me know. Isn't it crazy how fast these collections are coming out? It's barely June and we're seeing sneak peeks of fall and also holiday releases. Let us enjoy the summer weather for a few more weeks, please. And as always, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and you can also hit that notification bell on the side so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. Those are great ways to encourage me and support me on my channel by making sure that you're subscribed, liking the video, and also leaving a comment, because every time you engage with my channel or a video, YouTube sees that as a positive thing, and so they'll just send more people my way. So if you want to encourage me, I encourage you to like and comment. So I think on that note, that is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.